Westover didn't have any trouble getting more than 50 volunteers to fly down to Homestead Air Reserve Base in Florida to help in the relief efforts from the damaging winds and rain of Hurricane Irma. These reserve citizen airmen from the 58th and 42nd Aerial Port Squadrons and a few other career fields flew down on September 11th to help in loading and unloading of FEMA equipment and supplies.
The 58th got tasked with this morning. We were getting ready to support by sending out members of the 42nd. And then the 58th was asked to provide supplemental bodies to augment the force going down to Homestead.
Homestead will be used as a staging base and hub for the FEMA relief effort. They had only hours to prepare and get packed for the mission, but they came through, some in the nick of time. Before leaving, they were given a briefing on what to expect, safety precautions, and a pep talk from the Reserve's 439th Airlift Wing Commander, Colonel D. Scott Durham.
Thanks for stepping up and volunteering. Appreciate it. They definitely need the help, and this may take a while. Just looking at some of the airflow they have, anticipating going in there, it's going to be, Florida, the Panhandle, the surrounding areas, and the islands, I guess, got swacked pretty good. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of FEMA stuff flowing in and out. So you get to exercise plenty of your skills down there. So again, thanks for stepping up.
Our mission right now would be to reopen the aerial port down at Homestead to get operations back up and running and to make sure that the FEMA support and other cargo missions get through. We're basically setting up an aerial port from scratch. We got 12 from the 58th, mostly from the annual tour team that was already here. And we've got four members coming from the outside. 42nd is sending 17 members. And a lot of them are folks, I'm noticing that almost all of us have just come back from Kuwait in February. So a lot of deployers, so a lot of experience going down right off the bat.
Some of the challenges we're expecting, certainly the conditions from after the storm, lack of power, standing water, the snakes, alligators, potential structural damage on some of the buildings, so all the things you would expect after a hurricane. We trained for this exact situation many times, and today we didn't even have the normal notice, so it was just so short-cycled that people were able to respond. So it shows all those training sessions that we did in the past, all the effort we put in, it worked, it paid off because we're getting out the door. In some cases, folks only had 2 or 3 hours notice, and we're going to get down there, and they just turn the lights on at the airfield, so we're going to land and do a quick walkthrough and see what's available for facilities. And then we're going to go ahead and just, if anything needs to be cleared, we're going to clear it, but we're going to get ready to receive follow-on forces, which will be coming in further flight. So we'll be ready with our MHE to do those downloads.
And keeping with the long-standing military tradition, they got a chance to hurry up and wait as they were taken to the C-5M loaner aircraft from Travis Air Force Base, which was flown by a Westover crew from the 337th Airlift Squadron. In record-breaking time, the C-5 and the air crew from the 337th Airlift Squadron readied, loaded, and got the reservist passengers buckled in safe and sound, and at 6:35 p.m., the Super Galaxy lifted into the air and headed south. In the long Westover tradition of always stepping forward and volunteering when needed, the Reserve Citizen Airmen of Westover are once again doing their part in helping fellow Americans in need.
There's been a little bit of stress with employers and with families because of the short notice, but I think that people understand how important our mission is and what we're going to help people who need our assistance. So people realize what we do is important, and there's no real big issues.
It's tough with the school year starting, and my son is special needs, he's autistic, so when I come in the door and let him know I've got to go short tasking, it's always going to be a little traumatic for him, but he's a trooper, he bears up pretty good. When I told him today, when I ran into the house to pack my bag, he just said, "Dad, what do you got to do?" I said, "Well, son, we're going down to Florida to help people that they're in a bad way from the storm right now." And he said, "Okay, Dad." And I guess I'm the man of the house. Why are you going? I said, "Yeah, buddy, you're the man of the house." That's all.